Hello, this is going to be a video about the volume of cuboids, okay? Give me a pen. Okay, volume. My writing is very, very good, look, until it gets sticky. Oh, it's going well, it's going well. I'm just writing quite quickly and it's working quite well. This is the best it's worked so far. Volume of cuboids, right? A cuboid, another word for a cuboid, I'm going to say, I'm not sure if it's true, but is a box, okay? Another word for a cuboid is a box, okay? And volume means what's in the box, what's inside, okay? And that's quite important. So inside the box, that's what we're going to find out. We have a little formula to work out what's inside the box. So to work out the volume, we have V for volume, and then we have to multiply these three different things together: the length, the width, and the height. Okay, these three different values we've been given. So volume equals L times W times H. Length times width times height. Marvellous. Now let's go and get some numbers. Okay, here we are. Now this box is stuck right in the middle of my working space, so I'm just going to move it up here a little bit. Now, Nice Machine has kindly given me some numbers here to work with. Let me go and change my pen colour. Let's go to blue. And so I've got three numbers. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And but I haven't got any units yet, but hey, that's life. So our formula was V equals L times W times H. Okay, so that's length times width times height. I'm saying letters. Length times width times height. Remember that. Length, width, height. Okay, so that's going to equal, the length is going to be the longest one, which in this case is 10. Okay, so I'm going to write 10 down here. Oh, come on. 10 multiplied by the width. Now the width is the one along the floor, which is the shorter of the two floor lengths. Okay, so that's number 5. I'm sure you know this already, and I'm just teaching you how to suck eggs, really. And then we have the sticky uppy one over here, this one here, which is height. Look, I've got this nice pointy thing. Watch. This one over here. And that is number 4. Wasting your time, I'm sorry. I know you're busy. So, 10 times 5 is 50. That's easy. Just put a 0 on the 5. Excellent. 10 times 5 is 50. Times 4. 150 is 50, 250 is 100, 350 is 150, 450 is 200. So that's going to be 200. And that's all we write because we have no units to work with, because they didn't give us any units up here, did they? Okay, so we're just missing units, which is really incomplete, and it's always good to use units. So let's go and do an example now which has got units on it. Slide. Right, okay, so here we are. Again, this is in the middle, we want it at the top. Give us some working space. So now we've got units. We've got inches, okay. I think Miss Passmore is still be very angry with me because I'm using inches here. And I don't think maths departments use inches anymore. I think it's all in metric, which means centimetres and metres and stuff. And inches and feet, they're all out the window, old hat. But anyway, there we are. It's going to serve our purposes, so we're going to stick with it. Let me choose a new colour. Which colour would you like? Green. Okay. I've gone with green. Good colour. I like green. I'm not going to write the formula down this time. I'm just going to go with it. Okay. So I've got 8, 5, and 4. So I think 8 is my length, 5 is my width, and 4 is my height. Okay. So I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to do 8 times 5 times 4. And what does that equal then? So let's break this down. 8 times 5, that's in our times tables, isn't it? So 8 times 5 is 40. Did you get that before me? Well done if you did. So 8 times 5 is 40. So 40 times 4. Can you get 40 times 4? That's kind of a big number, isn't it? But if we just do 4 times 4, that's 16, and then put the 0 back on again, 160. So 8 times 5 is 40. 40 times 4, 160. Now that's cool, okay? And then we have to write our units, because we've got our units this time. So you must, if you've got your units, you must never forget them. They're very important because you can lose marks for forgetting units. So I'm going to write inches like this, and I'm going to write at the end. You can guess what I'm going to write up here? I'm going to write a number 3, which means cubed. Okay? Cubed. I'm just going to write that in my most beautiful iPad writing, which is awful. So please don't read that. I'll just fix that ear bit and then we'll move on. Oh, now I've got a box. And this box is huge. Can you see how big it is? This is 6 meters high here. Look, let me get my pointer. That, 6 meters high. Now, if you think your bedroom will be about 3 meters, 3.5 meters maybe high, 6 meters is huge. You know, this is make a good swimming pool. Not very long particularly, because it's only 7 meters wide and 10 meters long, but still not bad. Do you know how big the Olympic swimming pool is? Olympic swimming pools are 50 meters long, so they're really big. Okay, so let's work out the sum here and stop talking about rubbish. So the volume of this cuboid here, how much could you fit inside there if it was filled with water for you to swim in? How much could we fit inside? So we're going to do the calculation, which is going to be 10 times 7 times 6, and that's going to equal 10 times 7 times 6. This gets a bit harder, this sum. We could do 70 times 6, but that might be a bit tricky. So you might just want to do 7 times 6, which is 42, and then times that by 10. You can do 7 times 6, 42, times by 10 is 420. You see, the nice thing about this is that when you're multiplying 3 numbers together, it doesn't matter which order you do them in. So 420, and then don't forget units and the fact that it's cubed. Okay, so if I'd have done that for Miss Passmore, I believe she would tick it like that. Yay, well done, Mr. Barnes. Here we have a smaller cuboid. This is more like a toothpaste box or something like that, and it's in centimeters. This one's a little different. Let's choose another color. What color would you like? Lilac. Okay, here we go, lilac. This time the length is right at the top there. Do you see along this line here? And that's up in the air rather than along the floor like the other ones were. But don't get confused by that. It's still the length. Okay. So the length is going to come first with 12. Then we're going to multiply that by the width, which is here, which is 4. And then the sticky uppy one. And the sticky uppy one is here. That's 6. So this is going to give us a more complicated sum because it hasn't got any nice tens in it like the other ones had. So we're going to do 12 times 4, which is 48. We know that from our times tables. And then we're going to do 48 times 6. That's quite tricky, isn't it? I need to get my working out pen, which is going to be brown. My working out pen is going to go over here and do 48 times 6. So I'm not sure what the answer is. And 6 times 8 is 48, coincidentally. So I'm going to put an 8 down there and 4 to carry. And 6 times 4 is 24, plus the 4 is 28. So my answer, come back to me, Lilac, all is forgiven. My answer is 288. There, done. Am I done? Oh no, I've got to do the units. Thank you for telling me. I've forgotten about that. So here we go. Centimeters, there's a bad C there. Centimeters cubed. Done. Now, let's mark the work and see if I'm right. Oh yes, look at that big tick. I am correct. Very good. We'll do some practice on that in lessons.